Well, welcome again to another episode of Wildside. Now, if you're from New Zealand, you'll have heard of Trinity Roots. If you're from New Zealand, you will have heard of Fat Freddy's Drop. If you're from anywhere, you'll have heard of Fat Freddy's Drop. If you've heard of Little Bushman as well. And of course, if you're doing a Bachelor of Commercial Music at Massey, you will know my guest right now. He's a friend of mine, and he's a fellow Featherstonian, Warren Maxwell. Welcome, Warren. Thanks for giving me your time.
Hey, good, brother. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Lovely day here in paradise.
We had a bit of a glitch with my technology the other day. I didn't put enough firewood on my computer, so we are sitting down while it's absolutely beautiful outside. Speaking of which, and so how is life treating you over here in sunny Wairarapa? I know we've gone through this once already, but let's repeat.
Yeah, no, man. Yeah. I mean, it just, the landscape out here, it just changes all the time. It's really dynamic.
Yeah.
Those sunsets, the dark sky, man. That's the best light show you could ever.
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know if it's an old age thing or something, but in my maturity, I'm starting to appreciate the environment a lot more. Yeah.
And how long have you been over here? What made you head over?
Yep. So we've been here 16 years now. We moved over in 2006 when it was still relatively affordable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what initially brought us over here to Featherston. It was, really just affordability, but at the same time, I remember my wife Ange and I coming over, and I resonated with the place immediately. It's like, wow, look at this cool little village, just nestled in the foothills of the Rimutaka Tararua Ranges at the foot of the mountains here. We've got this massive lake just south of us, only like 5 minutes drive. And then further south, you've got all the diving and fishing and hunting you could ever want. Not that I consider myself a hunter-gatherer at all, but it just resonated with me on so many levels, Jack, Featherston. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm not leaving in any hurry.
That's 8 years ago we came across, and it was pretty much the same thing as well. But getting to your professional life then. What about the day-to-day at Massey? I mean, what's a Bachelor of Commercial Music degree? Someone looking to take a music career forward, what's this going to give them?
Yeah, okay. So we're quite different to traditional, music degree programs, other tertiary providers. Traditionally, you'd need to have quite a strong music theory background, read the dots on the page. And if you're studying jazz or classical, that is absolutely a requirement, a prerequisite of wanting to go down those disciplines.
Yeah.
But with if you put jazz and classical aside and you think about all of the other genres and styles of music, it's fair to say that, you don't need to have the complete works of Beethoven or Shostakovich at your fingertips. It's actually more about being critical about what you are contributing to society with not necessarily even popular music, just everything other than jazz and classical. So we embrace the other. And that's a really wide scope of potential, yeah?
Yeah.
And I've got to say, something I'm really proud of with that degree is that it hasn't really been established before, being that open. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And when are new applications for that taking place? How often do they take place, and when are they due, and things like that? And how do people apply for the degree?
Yeah, I'm thinking of auditioning myself, actually. We open auditions usually halfway through the second semester, which is somewhat time around usually August.
Right.
And of course, post-COVID, everything's had to go onto Zoom. So we actually have Zoom auditions, which isn't ideal, I'll be honest. But one of the positives to come out of that is that we can reach students, anywhere around the country.
Yeah.
As long as they've got a decent Wi-Fi setup, like you, Jack.
Yeah. As long as I'm within
but
arm's reach of
also, yeah, as long as they've got plenty of firewood, they're all good. But also, we can audition international students as well. And I think that's a real positive that has come out of COVID, is that we can utilize these technologies and make things a little bit easier, accessible. Accessibility is a big thing. Inclusivity. We can include people from way up the far north, right down to Stewart Island, out in the Chathams. So, cool. Yep, auditions open around August, and we keep them open right through to January, February. But
so
usually by January,
open now then as well.
Yeah. Yep, they're open now. Yeah. We tried to cap it somewhere around 50 practice students, because we have got limited resources. There's only a finite number of rehearsal spaces and studios. But it's a good thing, because it keeps the standard of musicianship quite high. There's a lot of potential students vying for these places. So we get some incredibly talented students coming through, Jack. It's quite exciting to see the new generation coming through. Yeah,
awesome. That's great. So get into your own music then. As I've mentioned, Trinity Roots, Fat Freddy's, Little Bushmen, and of course a whole bunch of awards, acclamations. I mean, it's quite a CV now. Do you have any projects of your own underway at the moment with with other artists as well?
Yeah, I've always got something on, Jack. Always got something on, I really enjoy at the moment. I've got a couple of I've got a TV documentary, a 3-part TV documentary that I'm working on. I'm also collaborating on or writing the music, the score for an online series for some pretty revolutionary architects.
Okay.
New Zealand architects. They're coming from through a Māori lens.
Are we allowed to?
And I'm also,
these series are called?
Not yet. I'm not sure how much I can give away, but just that it's really exciting. They're really kind of refreshing types of work for me, because you've got the music, the band thing, but these are kind of different, and they put you in a different space. I'm also collaborating with a couple of amazing women, wahine, who have written an opera, a Māori opera. They've been writing it for 12 years.
Wow.
And it's massive. It's huge. And potentially it could go for another 5-6 years. It's open-ended, really.
Yeah.
But I feel very privileged to have been invited to contribute to that as a male.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. In terms of the band stuff, not a lot going on, I'll be honest. Most of us now we're fathers with mortgages and things like that. So the touring scene is quite a lot of work for us. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah, it's not as glamorous as everyone thinks. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
I remember from my days. I was part of the old Courtney Place scene and Cuba Street scene down in Wellington myself for quite a few years. It's not the glam scene that you think it is.
No, and I really, honestly, sincerely take my hat off to those. Like my whānau and Fat Freddy's Drop, who are still touring internationally. I just don't know how they do it. It's hard work, man. It's a lot of travel.
Yeah.
I do get jealous when I see them playing those big gigs, those huge festivals. They just played the Sydney Opera House last week, and I'm like going, oh man. But yeah, I left Freddie's, oh gosh, maybe 15 years ago now. And yeah, I just made that decision to just stay home and be a dad and try and be here for my family. And
You gave up the wandering
it was
eye,
a hard decision to make. Yeah. No. Well, if you go on tour, that's when the wandering eye comes out. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
But,
I'll confess, there was a band that I was in about 2006, 2007, and yeah, we used to do covers. It was a covers band, and one of the covers was Wandering Eye. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you. That would have topped up our APRA payments by about 50 cents a night. So thank you very much.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, we had to do our LPRs. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was up at a high school the other week, just up here in Greytown, and one of the students said, "Oh, can you play Wandering Eye?" And I'm like, "Oh, geez, it's been a while, mate." But I mean, that band it's been around for over 20 years now, and still going hard.
It is
still working.
Yeah, it's a New Zealand institution. It's Fat Freddy's Drop, and I mean, you were part of the inception of it. I mean, that's massive.
Yeah.
So
the thing I love most about Fat Fred, but I love the improvisation. The improvising.
Yeah,
there was a lot of improvisation in that band. And some of the jams would go on for like 40, 50 minutes for one song. You just jam and keep going. It was really lots of fun.
Yeah, but I mean, the people are, if you're doing that up on a stage, the people who are coming along and know they're going to expect that, and that's part of the whole vibe. Yeah. So okay, so I mean, what other projects or sidelines have you got on outside of performing, recording, and lecturing? No, I know the answer.
Yeah. Well, I've just been elected onto the community board here in Featherston, as you know.
Yeah.
And it's a great team, man. It feels really good to be contributing.
Yeah.
And away from music. Got absolutely nothing to do with music.
Indeed.
But
I voted for you, so there you go.
I kind of feel that it will inform my music more. I'm actually getting out and weaving myself into my community along with the other board members and councillors and making a difference. Awesome. Rather than sitting in my studio writing a hypothetical song about making a difference. You actually get out and do it.
Yeah.
So I love that. Yeah. And I've come to realize, Jack, that at my very, very young age of 52, music is not the be all and end all of my existence. That's how I used to think. So in my 20s and 30s, I was just obsessed with music. That's all I could think about. But now, in all honesty, not so much.
Yeah.
It's like, a little bit of music here, a little bit of community involvement here, a little bit of family time here, a little bit of time in the garden.
Yeah.
I'm also learning te reo Māori. So,
awesome.
I really am very passionate about te reo Māori.
Yeah, good.
So, it's become more of a part of the whole.
Brilliant, yeah. Well, we spend our life rounding ourselves off, don't we? Yeah. And this crazy idea, I feel like, the paradigms are sort of changing where we don't need to think of ourselves, well, this is my personal view, as having just one career doing one thing, and you're only doing that thing, and you spend thousands of dollars studying to do that one thing for your whole life, and then you die. And so, well, actually, no. I'd like to think that my life's going to meander, and I'm just going to follow my gut and see where it takes me. Yeah. So with our kids, we just
Um, yeah, yeah. You know, with our kids, we just encourage them to just feel strong inside themselves and trust their gut instincts and go with that, you know, and know that they've always got a place here in Featherston with mum and dad.
Yep. Same with us. Yeah, it's be who you are. Our job is here to let you fall and pick you up again.
Yeah, that's
us.
That's so, let you fall.
Yeah,
let you fall,
and then pick you up again. Be there to pick you up. But again, I mean, it's a subjective thing, isn't it? You know, everyone wants to parent their own different ways. Everyone wants their own world, their own way. But I guess we're digressing. I mean, is there anything else you'd have liked me to ask about? You know, I mean, with regard to music or otherwise?
So, who do you imagine sort of going to be watching these, Jack? Just like the music community,
sure. Well,
globally.
It's for music, music.net.nz, for their interview series. You know, there's a kind of a new, impetus, new launch in the new year, and the interviews are predominantly with bands. So I thought that, you know, having come from a management and label side of it myself, and I thought, well, look, I'll talk to the people that I know who have longer term experience in the industry, from more than just, you know, writing, recording, and performing, and just, you know, just get some of the wisdom from the people that I know in the industry to help people along a bit. It's more of a kind of a mentoring series of interviews rather than just how's your band doing kind of thing. So that's what this is.
Yeah, great. Well, in that case, I mean, there's probably a couple of things I'd be happy to contribute. And again, like you said before, you know, the whole industry's being in the creative sector, it's all subjective, all that kind of thing. But if I think about the students that I teach at Massey, you know, and what we really encourage and try to instill in them, is to find their uniqueness, not only in their music but their persona. Think about who they are. Like one of our first papers that that our students study is whakapapa. You know, who are you? Where do you come from? What's your makeup? Is there anything in you know, in your whakapapa? You know, your whakapapa being genealogy, but it's also the things that make you who you are. You know, the layers and layers of you as a human being. And you know, because okay, this is the old grumpy Warren coming out. I feel that our commercial music, popular music industry is very profit driven and very insidious, you know. And there's all sorts of marketing tools, and you know, you got the TikToks and the Spotifys and all these platforms that, you know, they've got very cunning, smart people using every marketing tactic in the world to tell our young people what music should sound like and what it should be, and this is how you get famous and this is how you get popular. And I am the complete opposite of that. I'm going, yep, okay, you'll be a one-hit wonder 1 year and then you'll be gone because the next one will come along. So we're building resilience in our students, or hopefully, and encouraging them to, you know who they are. Think about what they define as success. We've had some horrible moments where our third years, their measures of success is something like 300 listens on their Spotify playlist. And I'm going, you are kidding me. Is that the level of your measure of success as a musician? That is shocking. You know, this is the influence that our insidious music industry is having on our young people. Not everyone. We've got some fantastic, unique artists coming through. But it's this deep desire and a need. I mean, if a young musician, an emerging artist, wants to pay these huge mortgages, and the cost of living's going up,
Yeah, indeed.
right? You need to create a fan base in order to service the cost of living, which means you need to be a popular musician, right?
Yeah.
So there's this weird kind of conflict of art, be arty, be creative, create something new, versus I need to survive as a human being.
Ideology
And
versus pragmatism.
I'm going to say oh man, well, this is the challenge.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, Jack, man, if I was an emerging artist these days, like if my kids came to me and said we want to do music, I would almost encourage them. Well, I'd be very worried. I would be very worried. I mean, personally, I'd give them all the tools and the tricks I know to, I'd help them through, because I just see it as a very high risk industry, high risk. However, if you're a young and emerging artist who is happy, your definition of success is musical creativity, not Spotify playlist numbers. If your definition of success is something that makes you feel good, no matter how many people are listening to it, then well done.
Yeah,
you've succeeded. You're already there.
Yeah,
and I think I've got a certain amount of stoicism in me that says, if you're an artist that just believes in your art, not the fame, fuck the fame, hate the fame, get rid of that bullshit.
Yeah,
just be an incredible artist, that you will build up that fan base because you've put all of that energy, that time, that aroha, that love into that music, and you will build up a fan base very quickly because you've been genuine to your art. That's my personal belief in it, and I can say it honestly, because that's exactly what happened with Fat Freddy's Drop.
There you go.
We didn't care about fame. We just had beers and just jammed with each other and just created some great music. That's all we did. And then the fan base grew. Yeah. Same with Trinity Roots. We didn't care about fame.
There you go. Yeah. So you've got the words
Trinity
of wisdom.
Didn't care about fame. We just created. Well, and it's worked for us. And yes, there are some very popular New Zealand bands out there who do create really good pop music. I'm going to say the likes of our 660 brothers and our LABs and our Bennies and our Lords, and we've got some great pop music artists out there. Yeah. But what we don't know is how much work has gone into that. A shitload of work has gone into producing those bands. Yeah. And marketing those bands. So either way, you've got to be prepared to work your ass off, 8 days a week, 28 hours a day. It's tough, man. It's really tough. But depending on your level of what your definition of success is, it can be very rewarding. Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
sorry to blab on.
No. That's exactly what I was looking for. I mean, those are words of wisdom from a man who's done a lot in a lot of areas of the industry. So, literally what I was hoping to get today. So on that one, I'm going to wind the conversation up, let you go about your day and enjoy this wonderful sunny day we got over here in the Rapper, and give you my sincere thanks. There you go, everybody. Fantastic conversation with Warren Maxwell. Thank you.